For the top-up show, a perfect day at Randwick, awesome meeting, Mark Lamborn. We've lost Paul Daly, got too much cash, he's staying home.
Too much cash, too much work. The wind is not too bad at the moment, it's from the southwest, but is predicted to get up to 50 k's there at mid-afternoon, so that will be a bit of a tailwind if it comes from the south.
Okay, so what are we looking for then?
Well, you know, I'm saying that assists sort of lead us inside, and we didn't get much rain when that system passed through last night, so the track will be firm.
Mark, if it's a tailwind down the straight, isn't it a headwind going around the back?
Well, see, the thing is that the basically from the chute start, they race like that. They race like a boomerang.
Yep.
And so the wind is sort of behind them most of the way.
Okay, all right. Well,
it's certainly a headwind in the back straight, that's true.
Let's keep an eye on that because, you know, that affects everything. This 2-year-old race, the first 2-year-old race here, and what a beautiful feeling it is to see all these new names and no starts and haven't worked out who's a cat and haven't worked out who's a champ. We love it.
That's right, and Gordo's tip is the firmer, Diddles, $8 into $5.50. Not much action elsewhere. I guess you're keen to get your eyes upon them.
My word. After finishing all the trials, I completely agree that Diddles is a solid chance. I see they're taking $6.40 on the fair now, so it's as solid as a rock overnight. Little bit of interest in the Snowdens there, of course, 4 and 9. And I want to have a good look at Saturn Sox, the other Snowden too. Bit of a Snowden on the first.
Snowden-a-thon, yeah. Well, Snowden, he's a juggernaut, isn't he? Race 2, 1,000 metres. Again, this is the breeders. And Fiery Red has tightened overnight from $5 into $4.60. And Kramer at Gordo's tip, $9 into $7.50. That's the Waller.
Does the world follow Gordo these days, all the corporates and that? He's got some power, Gordo.
Yeah. Well, he does tip with a lot of
swagger.
Emphasis. Yes,
swagger's the word. Finishing the trials last night, thought there wasn't much between 6 and 7. If anything, leading to 7, the Gaybot horse, T. Clark, barrier 3, gets a nice run there.
Race 3, mile race, and as you predicted, Gem Song is out the gate. So 250 when we did the show yesterday, now 315. And Mickey Blue Eyes is a horse that I didn't find and was querying its presence in the market yesterday, is $7 into $4.80.
Finished the tapes with Bendigo last night, and it was a strong win running past Prince of Caviar, who came off that run and won by Black Caviar's first little child or whatever. Yeah. Still not keen on Gemstone. I got a feeling there for Cloak and Madame Rouge.
Race 4, the 2,000 metres, and we've lost the leader, which is Classic Uniform.
Here comes the wind.
Here comes the wind, yeah. Classic Uniform is out now, which makes it a bit of a jiggy jog. I presume that Ace High will race very handy.
Excuse me.
Egg Tart still firm at about the 11 to 8 or $2.40 mark.
Well, I'm confused. What are you saying, Mark? You help us here.
Oh, remember this was the race that you started paying me out on because I continue to forecast these Waller imports to jump up.
Sort of race.
But they're yet to really complete the course.
Looks a fair enough favourite, Egg Tart. What price can you take?
Yeah, look, I can't get it that short, but it's one of those races where beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
It somewhat does draw a nice spot there, and we'll get a PR on the run, and I think it's a bet.
Race 5, this is the Premier, which is the lead up to the Everest, and In Her Time has tightened, and to a lesser extent Invincible Star. Redzel on his way out, as you suggested again, Glenn, and Trapeze Artist as well.
I think you were never up to date with any news, are you? She tackled trial last night at Mini Valley. Did you hear?
I watched the trial.
It was the best thing I've ever seen in racing. Just completely stood there like an old man of the turf and told the racing world to go and get fucked. Yes. Gosh, it was great to watch.
So I'm told that Graf is the likely
go-to for the Whitby parent kid.
Yeah.
I know who they should be going for. I watched it last night.
Who should they be?
They should be waiting as long as they can, getting the forecast, because if rain does come, it can really come at that time of year, and pick up for a drink Jungle Edge. Went fantastic last night. If it was a wet track at Randwick, it would win the Everest.
There we go.
They're all falling down.
Oh yeah. Well, what are we doing with this Premier? Because Gord's saying, well, In Her Time is cobbled out. So
I think I'm waiting for Mountingale Mile there. I'm a little bit interested in Shoals. I think it gets a really good run in the race. I'm interested in the fact that Invincible Star with Espasta might just push on and keep going.
Yeah, look, Invincible Star's an interesting runner today. I know we've been poo-pooing her, or certainly we're with her first up and then felt ashamed about it.
Yeah, I've sort of swung back.
Yeah, look, she's had the right prep and she's got the right barrier. The first of the Group 1s is the Flight Stakes. Miss Fabulous still firm there. Fiesta's firmed and Maid of Heaven's firmed. I think you forecast, Glenn, that Maid of Heaven with J Mac on board was going to be a bit of a player here.
I did. I still, I'm tipping Miss Fabulous to beat Maid of Heaven and Fiesta. I don't think there's many hopes outside those three.
Hard to beat the favourite from me.
Hard to beat the favourite.
Yeah, the no moves in the Doncaster really. Sorry, not Doncaster, the Epsom. The Waller pair remains sort of 7-2 up the top there with Pierata at 9-2, and then it's out to Siege of Quebec at $13. There's no real action. There were sort of 110% markets around the place yesterday, but they don't seem to have corrupted the market in any way. So what are we saying at this stage?
Well, the three favourites, Mark, talking about Pierata, D'Argento and Unforgotten. They've all got tricky draws on the inside. They're all back to back to back, third back, fifth back, seventh back. I suppose if one of them gets the nice run, I'll probably get through and win. But I am interested in Siege of Quebec, and I've got a little bit of a feel. A little bit of a
dicky
for Maracabed at the 33-1 this morning.
Yeah, well, look, anyone's got my sheets will know that the two suggested bets from me in that race, despite the case I made for Arbetsum yesterday, is the two suggested bets are Maracab and Shillelagh.
Yeah, no, I can't knock Shillelagh. It was a stronger run than I thought that they would have finished the tapes last night, and you're quite right about that race. Looks a good stepping stone for an Epsom, up in distance.
The Metropolitan, Sin to Win is the only firmer of any substance, $31 into 20. Brimham Rocks, Highbridge and Miss Admiration continue to be the single figure horses in the betting here. Glenn, I think you were, well, it is a Waller-a-thon, so you were just looking around for the right Wallers, weren't you?
I'm looking around for the white Wallers. I'm still keen on Patrick Erin at the price, and I still think the ex-hurdler's got a great chance down the bottom, number 16. Yep. But also, overnight, warming a bit to Big Duke.
And the nightcap, Problem Solver is $5.50 into $4.60. Maximus is $8 into $6.50. It's the horse I'm forecasting to start favourite. It is an interesting race, Glenn, with a few different lines here.
Yeah, real dog's breakfast the last. I think I had about 7 or 8 in the quaddie when I was trying to work out my quaddie, which I work out every week and then never take, which is a strange phenomenon, it's fact. I respect what you're saying about, what's your horse again?
Problem Solver.
I still think Cora's game went well, but the horse I am warming to overnight is Crafty Cop. Can't get over how well it trialled, and good style horse.
Very good. That's not a bad tip, and I'll be there with you in the last. That's the top-up show. Obviously, we're a man down today, but don't forget that you can get all the action from us, 3 subscriber-only videos a week, along with sets for Sydney Metro race, all Sydney Metro races, mounting guard mail for all Sydney Metro races, and you get the Melbourne set on Saturdays, which this weekend is coming to you from Caulfield tomorrow. And we've also got a good man, Jeff McMurray, who's supplying pedigree insights, and Goldies will have received those yesterday. So even more content on board at Racing Rant. The first 2 weeks are free. Come and have a look at us.
Come and join us. Thanks so much.